So Finance Minister announced the Atmanirbhar Bharat package, which was dubbed as the version 3.0. That is because two announcements have happened in the past, starting with the first one in May, which also we had discussed quite extensively on some of our previous podcasts. These announcements are not necessarily a new event. This is just a continuation of what the government has been talking about in terms of fiscal stimulus plus some of the policy changes which are required to attract new investments to India. The main highlight of this package, and I guess we will talk about it in more detail, was the production linked incentive, which the government has announced for 10 sectors. But other than that, the what really caught my eye was the urban housing program, where the PM Awas Yojana Urban is being extended by allocation of 18,000 crore more, which will basically help create many more housing units in large cities in India. This is quite important because I mean the housing construction is anyway a big multiplier for jobs, but also for consumption of cement and steel, which in further creates new jobs in those core sectors. Also, because we need to have the confidence for the migrant workers to return back to their old wherever they were working. Right now, all of them have gone back to hinterland and have not really come back. So to get the cities moving fast and for the economy to catch up, it's quite critical that they come back to living in better conditions. I think this will give them some confidence. So this should have a morale boosting effect as well. Government also spoke about the support for the agriculture slash farm workers, increasing the allocation for the Manregs program. There were also announcements around some of, like, for example, the government talked about new allocations for vaccine development, which will be channeled via the Department of Biotech. I mean, this is a complementary effort to whatever the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has been anyway doing in terms of trying to tie up vaccine availability for India. Also, the government increased the duration for the emergency credit link guarantee program, which has helped a lot of MSMEs so far, and also announced another version of the same for other industries, for 26 priority industries which were identified by the Kamath committee, headed by KV Kamath, the ex-chairman of ICICI Bank. So these 26 industries will also be able to borrow new funds up to 20% of their outstanding credit as of Feb 29th. And this will help. I mean, the moratorium. I mean, there'll be like a principal repayment moratorium here, and the payment terms will also be easier. This should help some of the distressed sectors. What needs to be seen is what impact it has on the bank balance sheets, because it's effectively we are kicking the can down the road on the NPA problem. The companies will be able to borrow now and basically either pay back some of the old loans or adjust for working capital, etc. But the banks will not be able to recognize these loans, fresh loans, as NPAs in case they go bad after 1 year. So there's a little bit of a haziness on credit decisioning process, but the government will of course expect the public sector banks to lend money. So there'll be some NPA issues which might crop up later, and that remains to be seen how the credit quality is maintained. Couple of other important things. One was that the difference of the agreement value and the circle price for urban housing in India has been allowed up to 10%. So basically, if you buy a house where the circle value is X, if you buy it under 0.9X, there's a tax implication. That has been now relaxed to 20% of the circle value. So the difference can be 20% of the circle value going forward, which means that the builders can reduce prices to clear their inventory. Now, builders have always said that the government has been unduly harsh on this rule, and finally the government has relaxed it. So I don't know if this is like calling the bluff of the builders, or will they actually reduce prices? So that remains to be seen. We will know the behavior in the next, let's say, 3 to 4 months. And finally, on the road construction side, now roads are another area where the multiplier effect is very high. I mean, you can typically, the studies show that the multiplier effect in India would be 7x. So if the investment is X, it could be worth 7x by the time everything, all the inputs are kind of accounted for in the process of road construction. So that process has also been simplified a little bit by making it easier for contractors to put less performance guarantee set aside less money for bank guarantees and so on, which will save them up to 2 to 3 months of working capital. So again, it makes it easier for the smaller developers to stay afloat and participate in tenders. So overall, I mean, fairly wide-ranging package addressing different segments of the economy where there is stress and which needs support. But again, this may only be one of the various announcements which needs to be made. Another potentially a few things might come up in the in the times to come as the growth picks up.